Hey there, ladies and gentlemen. This is the game Flourish or Flourish. I don't know how it's pronounced. Depends on where you are, probably. Anyhow, this is the signature edition, so it does come with some expansion type things. Pretty simple, straightforward game, being able to understand it, and there are a lot of ways to play. So this is really an intriguing game, one that I've heard a lot about and was interested to review myself. So let's go ahead and dive on into it. So in this game right here, you are building your own garden and you're trying to build the most beautiful, successful, point-inducing garden. And so you have up to 7 players can play this. One of the things I really like is you can play up to 7 players, and you can also play a solo game and a 2-player game. There's not a lot of games that can accommodate solo all the way up to 7. That's an awesome range, and the rules don't vary too dramatically, which I like. There's some games where when you play the solo version, you can kind of feel like it was just something they wanted to tack on, and it's not necessarily done super well. I feel like this one's actually done decently well, and I really appreciate that. So each person is going to get one of these scoring cards right here. You're going to have your hundreds, tens, and ones place, and so you just keep track. If you're playing a number of rounds, some variants play a number of rounds. And then you have a bunch of little buildings which are amazing and super fun. So just to let you know, these buildings take a good amount of time to pop out of the cardboard and put together yourself. So if you enjoy putting together games and things, this definitely took me probably half an hour to an hour just to put together all of these little structures. I think there's 5 of each, and so it took, there might be more than each, there might be 7 of each, I don't know. It took a good bit of time to put all of these together. I think they're super fun, but if you're wanting to use these expansions, it's going to take you a little bit before you're able to just dive straight into the game. But you don't have to play with those for the first and base game. So for the base game, you have these cards, and they've got a bunch of different things on them. And you have these little cards on the back that actually are a little cheat sheet for you, which is really nice. So for the base game, that's all you need. There's so much in this box that you aren't going to use for just the main game. You're going to get one of these, put it to 0 points, and then take just the cards out. And then you're going to take one of these little guys, and you're going to put that in between you and each other person that's playing. So this is going to act as a divider, and you're going to take cards and actually be passing cards to each neighbor as you're playing the game. So you put those on the other side to keep track of whose cards they are. So I love this card drafting style where you're getting cards from players. So you're looking at what you may or may not want to give people. You're looking at what you want to do yourself. Your cards can affect other people. Other cards can affect you. So there's a lot kind of to keep track of, and it's really enjoyable. I've played the 2-player game, which is really fun also. You can also play cooperatively, so I really enjoy the variety that this game gives you. Being able to play solo is super fun. Being able to play as a team of 2, being able to play against each other as 2, being able to expand that. Now you have 2 partners that you're either against or you're together trying to beat the game. Really fun, I think, to have that much variety in it. So just with the base game, pretty fun. And then you add in all of these little structures which give you a quick little expansion, and then you have all these friends, I think is what this is called, friends and follies, and that one fell apart right there. But really fun being able to take a look at that. I really enjoy that aspect of the game. So there's a lot involved. That's the basic idea of the game. I'm not going to get into in-depth rules. The other things that you have right here are a bunch of these ribbons right here that you use for various games as well. So this is a game where you get a lot of stuff in here that you may or may not use. The amount of stuff is definitely not indicating how difficult the game is to understand. It's super, super simple. You play one card and you pass 2 cards, 1 to each partner. And then you grab the cards that they gave you and you grab 1 more out of the deck. That's pretty much the entire game in a nutshell. It starts to compound a little bit when you start looking at other things and those decisions, and you start looking at, trying to place some of these structures and those different things. It can get more in depth, but just understanding the game is really, really simple. So that is a quick overview of Flourish, why I enjoy it and think it's really fun. I think the best thing for this game is the variety and variability for being able to play with so many people and being able to play so many different ways. So hopefully that gives you guys just a quick touch and a taste of what this game is, what it does, and why it may or may not be right for you. Thanks.